When did you get involved with acting? How did you know that that was something you enjoyed doing, being in front of the camera?
It started when I was a kid. I was a TV kid. And usually kids love TV, yeah, they watch like a cartoon and so on and so forth, but no, not me. I love to watch the Taiwanese 8 o'clock show.
What were some of the names of those shows? Do you remember?
花系列. Every girl lead they either have a really bad 婆婆 or like they have some tragic story and then their love got turned down or something. They just always crying dramatic. It was fun to watch. It's super fun, you know.
Yeah, super cute. And so you grew up watching that instead of watching cartoons.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to our show today. My name is John Drummond, or Yang Haoen.
Hello, 大家好，欢迎各位再度来到 NG 英文，我是 Angela.
We have a great episode for you today with my new friend Ting, who's known around the acting and professional community as Actor Ting.
对的，各位听众朋友，你没听错，今天我们邀请到的来宾呢，就是《与恶的距离》里面的社会新闻记者 Maggie 高诗婷。
My guest today is Taiwanese. She is an actor, a lover of learning, a curious mind, and so much more. So everyone, please welcome my new friend, Ting.
Hello, everyone. Thank you, John, for inviting me.
Yeah, thank you so much for joining us here on NG 英文 Ting. So we just got to meet a few days ago, and we met each other at an event where one of our mutual friends was like, hey, you're at this event right now? You need to go meet John.
Yes.
And I just think that's the cutest thing because shout out to our friend Herman.
Yeah, hi, Herman, if you're listening.
And I just love that because you came up to me and you were like, hey, are you John?
Yes. I'm not sure I'm being polite or not. I just like, hey, are you John? I'm Ting. Herman say I should meet you.
It was very cute, very pure, and I'm very glad that you did that because now I've got to learn about your life as an actor and some fun things that you're doing here in Taiwan.
Aw, thank you.
Yeah.
I'm so exciting too.
Awesome. So Ting, do you think you can give a little introduction to our audience here? Who is the woman, the myth, the legend, Ting?
I'm a theater student and graduate with a theater degree and minor in dance. And I do some acting work and I also do casting work and sometimes a fixer. Oh, and now I'm still a student. I am studying Meisner. It's my second year now.
Your second year at Meisner
Studio Taipei.
Meisner Studio Taipei. Cool. And that's a pretty intensive acting program where you guys are like, it's like 3 years, right?
Yeah. First year, it's kind of like learning the basic. Meisner, I won't say I know all about it because I'm a second year student, but it's about listening to your partner and then reflecting on what they say. So it's really good for film. A lot of like a film star using this technique.
It's very, very cool. So Meisner Studio Taipei is what it's called here in Taiwan?
Yep. And
Very
they have
cool.
a teacher from America to teach us. One's Martin and one's Nina.
Very cool. Yeah. And we got to meet at an event where we were kind of talking about art. And I think art has been a big part of your life as well. Is that right?
Yes. Being an actor, I love like art in general. So what I did is I always go to museum and I will rent out those like recording devices and so I can listen to different art and it helped me to learn English as well, actually.
Whoa. Oh, we're going to have to talk about that later.
Okay,
That's a cool way. That's the first time I've heard going to museums to listen to the English side of the explanation, right?
Yes.
Wow. Cool. Well, we'll talk about that in a second. But I was hoping you could share a little bit about your acting journey. So I know you've focused mostly on commercial acting. Is that correct?
I would say commercial give me more chance to act.
Oh, hey now.
Personally, I like to have add on film more. I feel like in a film that you can develop a deeper character. And also that personally, I feel I can learn something from each character. And as an audience as well. You know, if you're sad, you can watch a comedy. And if you break up, watch a romance and then you will have a hope again.
Yeah, it's very true. And, you know, we are both in the acting community and something that I always felt so creative about was getting to play a different role, a different character, and trying to embody them and think about what they're going through if they experience that thing. And yeah, it sounds like you do the same for that process.
I think we all enjoy live on different life.
Yes, we have many different lives as an actor in Taiwan. So when did you get involved with acting? How did you know that that was something you enjoyed doing, being in front of the camera?
It started when I was a kid. I was a TV kid. And usually kids love TV. Yeah, they watch like a cartoon and so on and so forth. But no, not me. I love to watch a Taiwanese 8 o'clock show. Like those soap opera, always the lady was crying and something happening dramatic. And I was so into it. I watched it with my grandma, like a 花系列, like a flower or something. And then every girl lead they either have a really bad 婆婆啊, or like they have some tragic story and then their love got turned down or something. They just always crying dramatic. So it was fun to watch. So proper, you know.
Yeah, super cute. And so you grew up watching that instead of watching cartoons. And so you saw people being so dramatic and very like eccentric, we might say in English. Is that right?
Yeah, but I didn't know like about theater and so on and so forth till I was in middle school, I would say. I have a drama teacher, and I always remember my first on stage real theater show. It's Little Prince.
The Little Prince. Is that the fox, right? The little...
Yes, Little Prince, the rose, and the fox.
So that was your first show you saw?
The first show I've been in it.
Oh, your first acting experience.
Yes.
Stage theater style. Oh my god. Traditional theater.
Yep.
And so that unlocked your passion?
At that time, I'm not sure what it is, but it seems there's a magical power, and especially it's a Little Prince. The story is lovely and then so meaningful. Every year I go back to read it, I felt different. And that's my first stage show. And then I actually have a chance to go on a film. It's called Dangerous Mind. It's a public television show. So that's when I was in my teen. So that's my first film work. But you know how Taiwanese parents are. You have to study. So after that, I just straight study, but I still like taking theater classes. And at the time, go to college, I realized that's really what I want because you have to choose a major. And for my parents, you know, there is something like, choosing art as a major, can you make that living and so on and so forth. So to able to do that, I worked my butt off to learn English and up my grade. And I even got a scholarship for acting. So I graduated. Yep, it's a journey.
Wow, that's beautiful. So you were using your English abilities to get a scholarship.
Yes, and that's something my mom would never think about. Because I was not a straight A student when I was a little. I always...
Me neither.
I always love to like attend some many things, but not focus on study. I love read books, not just not school books.
Right, not textbooks.
Not textbooks.
Yeah, you love more fiction, right? And stories.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
I understand. Yeah, and so that was unlocking though your imagination and your curiosity for expressing yourself.
And because I have some passions I want to learn, and then through that have to through English. That's how I come back on work on my English.
So cool, Ting. And that was, I believe, how you met Herman, our friend, is sometimes when you are not working on your own projects, you're helping other projects behind the scenes. Is that right?
Yes. I also do like a casting or a fixer. So I met Herman actually do our... Well, actually, I was an assistant director for that one. Assistant director.
Assistant director? Whoa.
For docudrama. It's just by a chance. I got a chance because they were doing a docudrama. It's involved in a...
This is a fun word. Document and drama. Docudrama.
Yes. I learned that word because of that job, actually.
I bet. I was in a docudrama on Netflix recently called Sikalu. Yeah.
Sikalu. I know that.
Yeah, I was in that show. So that was the first time I had really heard docudrama. Right? It's kind of like a real story, but they're making it a little bit more dramatic and intensified, a little fiction in there to make it more exciting.
Yeah, to re-showing what that time is. And then because well, the story we have, it's a YouTube plan, kind of like a spy plan in that time period. So before, in the past, everything was sealed.
Secret. Confidential.
Exactly. So now it's open. Someone want to make about it because they are a huge fan about YouTube, the plan. Not the band YouTube, but a YouTube plan.
Got it. The YouTube bomber. Is that the bomber?
Not the bomber. They were like the spy plan.
Okay.
You can not detect them when they were
Was it the black
spy.
one? The really cool stealth bomber?
Color, because I'm pretty sure that was a secret.
Okay. All confidential. Okay, so anyway, sorry. You were the assistant director.
Yes. And I got hired. Honestly, I think I don't have that much experience as an assistant director. Yes, I learned directing in school. But to be such a big production, I kind of feel a little bit self-conscious by it. But I think I got hired because I know the language. So they need for an actor to play... What's the American Secret Service called?
We have the CIA.
CIA.
Yeah, okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
We need someone to play the CIA.
Agent.
Yes.
Got it. Enter Herman. That's opened up a lot of fun doors because now you get to use your English and your Mandarin, and you get to stay involved with these awesome projects in Taiwan.
Yes. Not always acting, but behind the scene I still love.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's beautiful because you actually still get to be involved and you still get to learn. You get to watch other actors and take notes and improve your own acting, I'm sure, too.
Exactly. And then be comfortable on set. For actor, it's such a challenge that when you have a emotional scene and there was like 2 camera, 30 people around you.
Yes.
But you have to
be
cry. Be like either you're hurt or you have an intimate moment with someone else.
Ting. We know your favorite scenes now. Yeah.
Honestly, I haven't played any like love romance. I usually not those type of characters.
She wants to. If anyone's hiring, she needs to play a romantic comedy, or you want a very dramatic one, or
I think I'm open to all. I'll love them all, and if it is any chance, I will.
Yeah, and it's so true too, right? Because you're on set. I know people forget, but right behind those cameras, there's like 30 people watching you, and they're all quiet, and they're all looking at you, and they're like hoping that you do your lines correctly so they can go home, right? It's very intense.
Exactly. So back on my first job, when I was little, I was saying my lines and so on and so forth, and there's extra actors around it, and then it was like, cut. Okay, once. Cut. Twice. Cut 3 times, and I start get really nervous because I start as a stage actor. So there was no cut on stage. The show must go on, whatever it happened, even the prop drop. So I start doubting myself. And then there's a funny thing. That's a really famous Taiwan TV show in the past. It's called Dangerous Mind. It's directed by Yi Zhiyan. In Mandarin, Yi Zhiyan. So there's one, I'm not sure what his position is, but he helped me so much at that time. I feel so thankful. If I can find him, I would say thank you in that time to tell me this. He saw this little girl was about to cry. He said, so what's our director's name? I say, Yi Zhiyan, like with an almost crying voice. And he said, that's right, 一直演啊. So it's a sound, like, but when I grew up, I realized if a director didn't come up to you or an assistant director didn't come up to you to tell you change something, probably it's not because
it's not your fault.
It might be the
film, lighting,
might be the lighting, the extra, anything. So I survived, so I'm still here in this industry. Thanks for that.
That's beautiful advice. And it's so true, right? If the director keeps calling cut, but he's not actually talking to you, it's probably something else that he doesn't like, and he's working on that. Yeah, very good. And so shout out to your co-star or the other actor on set to save that thinking.
Yeah, save the little thing in that time.
Very important. Yeah, especially when you're vulnerable in those stages. Yeah, it's so uncomfortable. I get that all the time. They keep calling cut, and I'm like, is it me? Is it me? I always ask the assistant director, like, am I messing up? And they're like, no, you're fine. It's fine. So the boom guy, he keeps dropping the mic.
Oh, yeah.
Something. I'm like, okay. Very cool. Awesome, Ting. Well, I wish you nothing but success. And I love that you're continuing to grow and push yourself in this industry. And I hope that we can see you in some exciting shows coming soon.
好，节目上半段这边，我们这位从戏剧学校毕业的来宾谈到呢，他本身除了是一名演员以外，也持续有在台北这间麦斯纳工作室精进演艺技巧。而且呢，对于不管是动态艺术像演戏、舞蹈这些，还是静态艺术像绘画、雕塑等等都非常有兴趣哦，常常都会去逛美术馆、逛博物馆，欣赏各种艺术的美，甚至呢还会透过英文版的语音导览来练英文。好，大家我的声音听起来应该鼻音超重，因为我这几天中奖了，所以在家里面录音。好，大家拍谁下个星期我的声音应该就会恢复正常了。好，那他之所以会开始对演戏产生兴趣，是因为小时候很爱跟阿嬷一起看8点档里面演员的各种夸张哭戏，但小时候也不懂啊，就只是觉得好玩很好笑，很喜欢看这样子。直到后来念国高中的时候，因为遇到了一位教戏剧的老师，也真的上台演了一出知名童话故事《小王子》的舞台剧之后呢，才开始对这个领域有一些接触。之后呢，也就慢慢有其他形式的演出机会，像是公视的《危险心灵》就是他有参与演出的第一部电视剧。可惜的是呢，因为后来一些家庭因素，只好乖乖念书，一直到大学才又跟他的演艺人生接轨。因为实在是再也按捺不住对这个演戏的热情了，整个就发愤图强，疯狂念英文，拿到了送他去念戏剧的奖学金，最后呢也顺利毕业。而且因为要继续朝演戏梦前进，让来宾他也有个动力去好好的把英文练起来。天哪，我的鼻音真的是很重拍谁。那刚刚他们讲到，除了演戏以外，来宾他其实也还曾经担任过一部剧情式的这个纪录片副导，也因为合作关系呢而认识了他跟 John 的共同朋友 Herman。感谢这段友情，让我们今天有机会可以来听来宾分享他的演戏人生。对，他们刚刚讲的这部剧情式纪录片，不是有提到说是跟第2次世界大战那时候的 U2 侦察机有关吗？我刚去研究了一下，应该是公视之前拍的那部黑猫中队，应该。好，大家有兴趣的话呢，可以去找一下这部片，欣赏来宾他协助指导的这部影片哦。好，所以不管是在幕前演戏还是幕后指导，来宾他都有经验。指导的时候呢，他可以观察其他演员的演戏方式，好，可以学一些在台上在镜头前不容易看到学到的部分。那真的要演戏的时候，就好好发挥实力，好好记台词只是因为你站在镜头前，所有人都在看你，都在默默希望你台词赶快记熟，让大家可以回家休息。所以说真的也是一个颇大的挑战啊，加上如果是比较亲密比较有情绪一点的戏，哇，那又更尴尬。而且因为他是舞台剧出身的，比较没有在喊咖，一开始刚在镜头前演出演那个危险心灵的时候，一直被喊咖，整个信心都快要被咖完了。幸好遇到一位贵人指点，让他继续一路走到今天。来，进入下半段之前，这边几个字我们赶快先听一下。Straight A student. Straight A student. 好，这个 straight A 指的是每科成绩都拿 A， 都拿高分的意思。那 straight A student 可想而知就是一个成绩好的学生。所以刚才来宾说他学生时期的时候呢，不是一个 straight A student， 就说他以前的成绩呢，也不是说都很好这样子。再来集结 documentary 纪录片和drama 剧情这两种性质的 docudrama 指的是剧情式纪录片或者是文献片这种非虚构式剧情的影片。那副导有兴趣的话呢，英文一般会说 assistant director。 那这个幕前幕后我们可以说 on set, on stage 或者是 behind the scenes。那这边一个小补充，如果是想要表达幕后花絮那种搞笑拍摄失败的部分，可以说 bloopers。 好，等一下你可以上 YouTube 搜寻 bloopers， 保证会有很多搞笑的影片出现。好，那我们赶快继续听下半段吧。
Do you mind if we switch gears though a little bit to the story of your life and your English?
Sure.
Yeah. So where did this incredible English accent and confidence come from?
Oh, well, as an actor, we always say fake it till you make it.
Hey, yes.
Famous saying. So I won't say my English is perfect, but English is used to communicate. So I know I want to communicate with you with something. If some word I couldn't think about, I will try to describe it. And like you, when you speak Mandarin, I don't think people were so harsh on you in saying something. They will like try to understand what you're trying to say. So once I get that mindset in mind and I feel more confident to speak in English because I know people are helping me. They try to understand you.
Yeah, beautifully said. It's so true, right? We're just trying to understand each other. We're not judging you on your grammar or we don't care, you know, and it's so important for everyone to remember that when you're talking to foreigners in any other language, right, nobody is actually thinking, did he say that sentence correctly? No, they're trying to understand what you said so they can respond to you and talk back with
Exactly.
you. You know?
Usually
well
people
said.
don't use those $5 words on you, so don't worry about it.
$5 words. I've never heard that. Is that like the big words, like SAT words? Is that what it's called?
Yes.
$5
so
words.
Some people try to be smart. They will use like those big words. You'll be like, what's that supposed to mean? So they can explain it to you.
Oh, they want to sound smarter than you.
But
yes.
usually in that time, just don't use those $5 words on me.
$5 words. That's cute. I've never heard that. I'm going to have to, that might be our word of the day. $5 words. Super cute thing. Awesome. Well, what really helped you then learn along your way? Maybe can you share any tips or advice with our audience here on NG Ingwen?
In the beginning, there was a different phases. So I start to listen to radio. Honestly, I listen to ICRT all the time. I even have a ICRT app on my phone.
Hey.
So I can listen at home.
Now you're on ICRT.
I know. That's why I'm so excited to be here. And also, I always turn on the TV show. But instead of like the 8 o'clock Taiwanese drama, I turn on like the English TV shows. Or now we can always turn on like Netflix and listen to music. I think the tip would be like, depends on what you like. If you like cooking, watching a cooking show, and if you like music and listen to music, even as a background, it always help you. And for me, the most helpful, I would say it's study script. Because script, it's basically each scene, it's communication between different character. And then what they say, be in it, you can use in real life. To memorize those lines is really helpful. And then it sounds more than textbook because it's real.
Yeah, well said. Yeah, studying scripts from your favorite movies or your favorite shows is so valuable.
Oh, another tip. I always go to those like museums.
Yeah.
And then I will rent out those audio.
Like the voice recordings, right?
Yes, yes, exactly. So I can listen to those recording. They explain like each painting or sculpture to help me to learn English. And then it's also a way of, like, I learned one really, really valuable thing. So in America, they were so serious about plagiarism. So when I was in my mind, it's never ever copy anyone else's work. But when I was in Germany, I was, renting those devices and listen to it and then say, oh, this painting, it's not actually blah, blah, blah. It's the other painter, blah, 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 painted. But it look the same. And they say, why they did that? It's because they tried to mimic other painters' color and how do they use their brush, the way of using a brush. And I never thought of it. It's first time I feel English so useful even in different country. Because now I learn something. How do we learn from other artists, but not plagiarism?
Not plagiarism. That's
not
a very
plagiarism.
Yes. It's cute. It's cute. Don't worry. That's amazing. Yeah. So it's funny. There's a great book called, I think it's called like All Art is Stolen or something.
Oh.
And it's the concept that, actually we are all just inspired really by other people, other things, other artists. And we watch what they do, we mimic what they do, and then we maybe change it to make it our own a little bit.
Got inspired by it.
Yes. So inspiration is like stealing. So that's what you were kind of hearing, and that's so cool. And you practice your English through that, and you've lived now all over the world with it.
Yes, it's very helpful. And also other tips, I learned it because I'm an actor. It's when you learn something new, use all your senses. So we can listen, we can smell, we can say, we can write. So when I was trying to memorize a script or a monologue, I always like read it out loud and I also write it down. And then each sentence repeat 5 times. And then until you finish the whole paragraph that you have to finish. And go to 7 different places to repeat that. It helps you because every different places have a different environment, the smell of the coffee shop, the coffee smell. So when you memorize that, it's mixed with those memories. So help you to memorize the line, the language, the English, and connect with your memory.
That's beautiful. Using your senses, your 5 senses.
Yeah.
To remember things more. That's beautiful. I love that advice. Awesome, Ting. Well, a question I love to end the show with is if you could go back and talk to a younger Ting, a little girl Ting, would there be any advice you give yourself about language, acting, anything?
I would say don't make any decision based on anyone else.
Nice.
Especially guys.
Especially guys. Yes. No decisions made on other people.
Yeah.
Because you got to take care of yourself.
Yeah, you always have to follow your heart, be true of knowing what you really need. It's hard.
Yeah, it's a part of the learning process for sure. Well said. Well, Ting, where can people find your life online? Any social media?
You can find me on actor, ACTOR_Ting, TING.
All right, Ting. Well, thank you for joining us. You have a lovely energy, and it's great to get to hear more about your life. We'll talk to you next time.
Thank you, John.
Thank you, Ting.
下半段这边我们谈到来宾他学英文的过程。好啦，其实说到底也跟其他很多来宾分享的很类似，因为英文它毕竟就是一个语言嘛，是用来沟通的。那像他说的，我们在跟一个不同母语的人沟通的时候，如果有不知道该怎么表达字，一般正常来说都会想办法用其他方式去描述来表达想法嘛，对不对？不管你是英文还是中文，而且对方通常也都能够理解英文或中文不是你的母语，都会耐心的听你说。所以来宾他就是秉持这样的一个心态去面对英文，不但让他能够有自信的开口说，不怕犯错丢脸什么的，也一步一步帮助他今天可以流畅的上节目做分享，甚至参与国际演出跟各国演员交流。至于其他让他练英文的方法，除了每天听 ICRT 和大家耳熟能详的那些听英文歌，看自己喜欢的美食节目啊，看 Netflix 这些以外嘞，像是喜欢博物馆的话，也可以跟他一样租英文导览来练英听，说不定也会跟来宾一样意外认识一些像是艺术创作世界里面对于 plagiarism 对于抄袭的定义哦。那就个人而言呢，对他最有用的一个练英文的方法就是读剧本。好，毕竟人家是演员嘛，那因为剧本里每一幕都是故事角色之间的对话，都是生活中会用到的句型用法，所以背台词的同时呢，除了是在融入剧情角色以外，也是在帮助他增加日常对话的词汇量和实际练习机会，而且还可以结合我们人的各种感官在不同环境下的反应去做额外练习。好，他说这个呢对于增加我们记忆也很有帮助。各位，这个大家说英语杂志你们应该也都有听过齁，他们也都有这种对话，也算是类剧本嘛，对不对？那如果对话可以都背起来的话，那我们也都变成类演员了。好，最后几个用法我们来复习一下。$5 words， 字面上乍看之下可能觉得有点怪，跟5块美金有什么关系？好，因为一般我们沟通用的单字啊、文法这些都不用钱嘛，对不对？都没有在用金钱衡量的。所以如果今天有人使用你的用字呢，价值$5美金的时候，其实有点像是在挖苦你，讽刺说你讲话的方式啊很高贵，这样有点给神啊。因为$5美金说实在也不是多昂贵。你想像跟某个人聊天的时候，发现对方很爱用成语，很爱把一些常人不会用的字，可能文言文之类的加在他的遣词用字里，是不是多少都会觉得这个人到底在干嘛？有事吗？讲话请好好讲，谢谢。就是这个大概这个意思。OK， $5 words。下一个 fake it till you make it。好，它是一种鼓舞士气、鼓励人心的用法。 我们中文没有这种说法，但表达的有点类似狐假虎威，但是去掉它负面的意思。好，就是把自己想象成未来想要达成的目标，或者是模仿未来自己想要成为的样子，然后一直维持到你真正成功成为心里想要的目标。例如上台报告会紧张的话呢，就假装一点都不紧张，好，模仿其他可以顺利上台报告的人的样子。久而久之呢，你就也可以有自信的完成一场公开演说。OK, fake it till you make it。 好啦，那希望大家今天也一样都有学到一些东西，没有被我的鼻音影响到哈。那有兴趣的话呢，改天去博物馆的时候也可以跟来宾一样去租他们的英文导览，来听听各种英文解释哦。
Bye.
Bye.
Peace.